What skills are you working on right now to become better at your job?
So I think right now I'm trying to work on the difference between management and leadership. And I think those are different skills. I mean, I think they're interrelated skills. But management is all about getting the day-to-day tasks done, making sure that you've got your strategy is sound, your goals are set, and you have a plan to get there, and you have the resources to get there. Leadership is the ability to inspire others to get that work done, and that goes, that can be inspiring up or inspiring down, depending on where you are in your hierarchy, or horizontally. So for me, I'm trying to work on the distinction between those two things and how they can play into each other, because they, management requires, good management requires, attention to detail and some really good strategic thinking. I think, leadership requires some other intangibles that you can work on, but they're sort of harder in the day-to-day. It's, are you getting the most out of the people that you work with? How are you defining the challenge that you're working on in a way that gets people excited? How are you setting the expectations in a way that get people motivated? How are you doing things to not demotivate people? Because I think that's sometimes even a bigger challenge in leadership, is making sure you're not demotivating people by the way that you treat them, or the way you talk to them, or the way that you're establishing the challenge that you're facing. So that's something I'm spending a great deal of time on right now.
How is your management coach helping you through those challenges?
I think, it's great because the coach helps me to outline and put some parameters on the actual challenge that I'm facing, and looking at the root cause, and then, helping me to, kind of opening up a toolbox for me to how do I solve that? In some ways it can be as simple as, look, you're telling people what to do rather than getting them to think about what to do on their own. And there's a simple way to do that. Start asking more questions. Lead them to the answer. Don't tell them the answer. Things like that I found have been really helpful. And that's one of several tools that the coach is helping me to get to. Because I think a lot of us we think that we get to a certain point in our career, and what we're supposed to do because we've earned the right to say, all right, here's what I think is the right answer. Let's go do it. Instead of saying to someone comes to you with a challenge, it's okay, what do you think the right answer is? Okay, what do you need to do to get there? What are your next steps? Instead of saying, all right, I think your next step should be, X, Y, and Z. You need to do, A, B, and C. It's a very, very different thing, and I think it actually plays into the idea of getting people motivated to get to challenging people in the right way, and ultimately getting to a better result.